Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you still scrolling through your ex's Instagram story, welcome to the Black Table. This is the one place where we dissect life's biggest wahala, raw opinions, fly freely, and street wisdom. I mean, we meet modern madness and, we mix everything together. I'm your host, Olamide, and I will also be your landlord for the late night conversations we'll be having tonight. Okay, so joining me tonight is a lineup of media experts. First up, when you talk about iconic TV personalities out of Africa, one name stands tall, steady, and unshaken: the legendary Frank Edor. For over 2 decades, he's commanded both radio and television with unmistakable, his voice, razor sharp, wit, calm, charisma, and that turns every moment into an experience.
I'm waiting to hear what you're going to say about these guys.
I'm still going somewhere, Frank.
Right.
Of course, he continues to evolve while staying true to the craft, and just recently he added streaming. We're going to talk about that.
Dude, I was a guest.
We're going to talk about that, definitely.
Crazy stuff.
Like, we're all like, whoa, interesting stuff.
The guy just called me. The guy seemed like a bus conductor turned podcaster, shouting at the top of his lungs. I said, dude, calm down. You're going to have a heart attack at the age of 20. What do you want? And he says he wants me to appear. I said, oh, so what are we going to be doing? He said, no, just vibes. I'm like, oh, boy.
Oh, my.
So
how was the experience, though?
Well, it was nice. Now, look, let me tell you, the guy had this apparatus of streaming apparatus in front of him.
Oh, yeah?
And the comments, they were just going at the speed of light. I could see it. I'm like, are these real people?
That's TikTok, right?
No, YouTube.
Oh my.
YouTube live, they were going real time.
Wow.
And the guy was just jumping up like a marionette, just next to me, and people were going crazy. I'm like, I think I'm in the wrong sector of broadcasting.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, rethink time then. And of course, making his debut on the Black Table, we have Moyosore Adebi, also known as Moyo Lagos, a dynamic media and communications expert with a decade of experience spanning broadcasting, digital strategy, public relations, and content production. As a founder, creative force behind Mad Media. That describes who he is. Let me just leave it at that.
You guys make me look real good. Thank you so much.
Mad Media Communications.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
You introduced him, and in my head, I'm like, there's no way. But you guys
can
tried.
meet up.
Yeah, you guys tried.
The Mad Communication.
Yeah, made me look like a pro. Yeah. It's an honor being here.
Okay.
Because
wait till you hear what I say about that guy over there.
Love it.
Oh.
Okay.
That guy. You know when Jesus encountered that guy that was possessed, and the guy said, "We are legion.
Yes.
We are gang. We are gang."
Okay, so if wisdom had the body, then it will be the embodiment of that gentleman over there at the bar. He's got the wits, he's got the bars, and is currently the undisputed most faithful man in Lagos.
And not the outskirts.
Lagos, Portugal, to be specific.
Oh,
not
Lagos.
Lagos.
Oh.
Lagos, Portugal, not Lagos, Nigeria.
Namaste, gentlemen.
Of course, he never holds back when it comes to speaking the truth.
Oh, sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome his legion.
Many in one.
We need to clap more.
Wow, I think so.
No. It's always great to have Frank here, and of course, meeting Moyo for the first time. Let's see what happens on the table tonight.
All right, so Frank, his team lost earlier this evening, 3-1, 1-3, Chelsea.
It's just Club World Cup. We've won the title before, but you guys wouldn't know anything about that. So let's forget about it.
That's the Arsenal people.
Okay, all right.
It's been
it's good to
almost
take a
everything.
shot.
Chelsea has won every European title there is.
Okay, so at this point, I'm humbled. I'm going to keep quiet. Yeah.
But next, like you guys say, next season.
Next season.
Oh my God, this is a roast.
I reserve my
Until they do something about it.
We will do something about it next season. All right, at this point, we need to take a quick break. When we return, we'll be diving straight into our quick fires for this evening.
2-1.
All right.
I said
Welcome back. It's still the Black Table. We're talking about Chelsea losing.
Hey, we weren't talking about that, dude. Go to the subject of the day. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so our first quick fire has to do with the late Chief Nwayanwu, who reportedly left a clause in his will stating that his young widow, Frances, must never remarry. And if she does, she has to forfeit all of her inheritance. The chief married, married her when he was about 80 or thereabout, and she was in her late 30s. They had a child together, and unfortunately, he died at the age of 82. That was sometime last year, and there's news flying left and right that stipulates that if Frances chooses to remarry, she will automatically forfeit all these inheritances she gained. She gained some privileges. And now the question is, at what point should we normalize writing wills in Nigeria? Should it be left till old age, or is it something young professionals should start considering as well? Was the chief being fair, or, was it right? On his young wife. At 82, he stood no chance.
Yeah.
So let me start with you, Frank. Do you think that was unfair?
Very unfair.
Okay, why do you say that?
What does he expect her to do? Have an entanglement with his... He's gone to the great beyond. So she can't, kill herself and go to the great beyond and be married to him over there. When death occurs, you're done with this realm.
Exactly.
You're in another realm. You can't still be linked to the people of the other realm, which is here. So I think it's unfair on the lady. I think that when couples are married and a partner dies, the other person should be allowed to move on. Not talk about a will, the conditions of will being attached to your fidelity after the person has passed on.
That's not fair.
It's ludicrous and preposterous. So I'm saying it because I don't think it's right. I think it's a bit selfish, but I don't know about the cultural requirements of people when they say, okay, when a man dies, the widow will have to shave their heads or drink the water they used to bathe the corpse or stuff like that, which are ridiculous in my opinion.
Very backwards.
Yes. Yeah. So I think it's very unfair. It doesn't have anything to do with writing of the will.
Exactly.
Especially when someone is old, you have to write a will and bequest your property because you're not going to go with it. You're not going to go with the property, so you have to bequeath it to the remaining people. But then, why would you put such a clause? And it's forever. It's not like time bound.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
So, Moyo, what are your thoughts on
obviously, I agree it's a bit selfish, but I do think it's probably sort of like a legacy thing, Probably just wants to keep the properties in the family and stuff like that. But it is 2025, Obviously, if you're in your 40s and you're marrying an 80-year-old guy, it's at the back of your mind. You have to understand it's a bit transactional, right? It's a bit transactional, because obviously, he don't love you. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait, he doesn't love her. He just needs companionship and just somebody to take care What
of
about
her.
the other way around?
She probably doesn't either, but I'm not going to speak for her. Maybe she liked a little salt and pepper. I don't know.
Okay.
But, it's a thing.
No, 80 is not salt and pepper.
80 is like really just
80
salt.
is like
just like salt.
Ajinomoto and
very sharp. I get, but
Okay.
I'm just like, she's in her 40s already. Just, have like a boy toy somewhere. Can I say stuff like that?
You already said it.
Okay, sorry. Like have a boy toy somewhere, have some fun and keep the money. You've already paid the dues being with the old guy.
No, believe me, if you have a boy toy somewhere, that money is not going to be kept.
No, she should invest, obviously. She invests, but there's some, you just have some fun.
Okay.
And keep the status that you need. That's just it's not, for me, maybe because of the kind of person I am, I don't think it's that complicated. Just move.
It's not that complicated. You just need to find the loopholes.
Find the loopholes and,
Gang.
They said marriage.
What are choices?
They said,
marriage.
Like he said, there are a lot of loopholes here. I am married. God forbid anything happens to my wife today, but I'm not going to remarry.
Oh, you are not going to marry?
Yeah. If anything happens to my wife today, I trust me. After experiencing marriage, I will not remarry.
Okay, that sounds like something else.
But here's the catch.
I used to think that way.
But here's the catch.
But
Here's the catch.
Yeah.
I didn't say I won't be active. You get where I'm coming from?
Out of Lagos.
But I don't see myself. Taking vows with another person.
Oh.
You get me?
Yeah, fair.
So what he has simply done to her is give her the license that, like you said, to have a boy toy and do what she wants to do, but not take vows, but not get married. She can move in with somebody, live with somebody, be husband and wife, but legally will not be married to the
legally,
person.
she's not allowed to get married to someone else.
Okay.
So she
the
won't
will
get
doesn't
married.
say she can't seek companionship.
Do you understand?
Or,
she can
find
be a
other
baby
ways
mama.
to,
She can be a baby mama.
It's a bit too late for that, though.
She can, she can do whatever she wants to do and not be locked down. So as long as they don't go to a service and take vows, she's good to do whatever. But here's another thing: if she meets another 70 or 80-year-old millionaire that now wants to marry her, she'll forfeit that and move on. So if she's smart and her game is tight, she's good to go.
Then she becomes the Black Widow, yeah?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's amazing. That's an amazing point of view.
So if she meets another rich person that has everything, she'll marry the
you
person.
don't need all that.
I'm not, I'm not here for this program. I'm here for him.